This is Delta Force. We're here on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. We're taking a look at the special extraction mode, which is considered operations in this game. So what you'll be doing is you'll be going in and gathering various resources and supplies and tools in order to hopefully extract and then sell that stuff to buy better pieces of armor and gear. The game itself, Delta Force, is a free-to-play experience that consists of three main modes. The first is a Battlefield-like experience where you're doing 64-player combat. Then there is a Black Hawk Down mode, which is not really currently available. And then finally, yes, we have this, I guess you would call it, extraction operations mode. So extraction shooters are apparently all the rage right now. At least, again, personally for me, I think it's more of like a corporate suits kind of thing. They want this to be the next big thing for gaming. I really don't quite get it. I don't see that the hype is quite there like it was with the Battle Royale. Could be wrong, but I don't know. I think I got a good handle on this sort of stuff. But anyways, if you like extraction games, this game actually has quite a bit of content to it. It's one of the more well thought out and I dare say impressive extraction games I've seen, just in terms of sheer content. Like, there's quite a bit of maps. Like, there are several maps that you can play and kind of experience. There's like a night mode type option. This is an experience that is largely PvE, but there are, players that there's that element of it at play too. But it is mostly like you are fighting against AI while also dealing with other problems, and everybody's trying to prevent you from getting loot and prevent you from escaping with your loot, and you're just trying to survive, I guess you would say. Gather items, do stuff. It's pretty straightforward, but like I said, it's quite interesting. And this one actually has like a good amount of content to it. Again, just kind of mentioning the fact that there are, so many. Path extraction point is active. Cool. That's pretty neat. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to kind of mention. Is it's neat that this game has this sort of a thing and offers so many ways to kind of go about exploring and collecting and scavenging supplies. Can I actually take this into my inventory here? Do I have... I don't think I have space for it, do I? Nope. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's just a lot going on, and it allows you to go around scavenging, exploring, and gathering items to hopefully escape and make some money and then rebuy stuff. But my big thing always for these games is the lack of motivation in these extraction games. Because it's like you really can just kind of come, grab an item, and then you can just kind of leave. Whereas, if this was something like a Battle Royale, you're fighting to the death to see who, will win, who will be the victor. Or if you're doing like Call of Duty, you're doing a match in COD, you're trying to win the match, right? Whereas in this, it's just sort of like, oh, I'm just here gathering stuff. And that I always found a bit less intriguing to me, because I just like more of a sense of, like, I don't know, victory or sense of gathering, or just something with a little bit more of a dynamic to it that just kind of keeps me hooked playing it. I always like to mention Vigor, which I have my face on a bag, and, well, on the Xbox side of stuff, I guess. But like that game, when you're going and doing stuff like this, when you kind of... what's the best way to describe it? Like, you're working towards something. Like, you have a house in that game. So in that game, you're gathering all these supplies, but those supplies allow you to make a house, and that house will allow you to, gather resources more effectively, build stuff quicker, and you know, like it makes a larger difference as to why you're collecting stuff, because in this, you're just collecting a bunch of garbage if you really think about it. Like an audio player, mini hydrogen battery. See what I'm saying? It's like you're just collecting like crap. And it's just perplexing to me, like, you know, what exactly are we, like, what is the point of what we're doing? Where's that motivation? And for some people, it's just fighting, gathering items, and that's fine. But for me, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I will say, though, it's, looking at the Costco bags here, actually, is kind of funny. I will say, though, this game at least does have a good backbone of content. That's one thing I've noticed with a lot of these games, is they don't have a varied selection of things that you're going after or collecting. Whereas in this game, they actually do have a good amount of stuff that, like, you're trying to get. But it's like, it is kind of silly, though, because I'm literally here gathering, like, you know, I'm picking up, like, crap. Like, it's like a girl, you know, like a dancing girl, little, like, figurine and stuff, and it's just like, why? Just for me, it's just kind of silly, and it takes a while to open this stuff, which to me is kind of dangerous. Like, those are, like, playing cards, and it's just kind of like, I don't know, I'm just more into something, like, a little bit more serious. So there's a safe here, but, like, where is this safe room? You see that? There's, like, a yellow safe, and it's just like, cannot figure out what level that thing is. I assumed the basement after I didn't see it on the other levels, but... Whoa, that scared me. I gotta tell you, Tia Guard, you kinda gave me a bit of a startle there, my friend. Good thing it was an AI, because that would have possibly been the end of me there. Now I've got that elevated jump just because I was used to just walking around and having absolutely nothing go wrong or nothing happen at all. You know what I mean? You get really complacent. You're just like, oh, there's nothing going on. I got nothing to worry about. And then you do get shot. And you're just like, wow, what is this? 5-5, 4-5. I got a bad feeling about this. I'm as staying alert as I can for someone that, like, wants something to happen. But yeah, the environments, they're basically just taking the other maps, so it's like, you know, the 64-player levels, and they're basically just kind of using those. There's, like, a little bit more variation within this, but... You know, there is, Oh wait, do I have to go back into where I was? Okay, that's hilarious. So is this how I finally get the safe, is going in here and doing this? Get supplies. Is that my location, is I have to go over here? That's hilarious, like I was just literally in this place, unless it's a different building it wants me to go into. Yeah, it looks like a different building. Like, I could see how this would be strategic if you were, like, cooperatively kind of taking a go at this with others. It would be quite interesting to see, like, the dynamics of your squad kind of handling things, or more of a pressure of players kind of grouping up and stuff. Oh, so now I can get in here. That's cool. And you do little things like this. This is like a Payday kind of thing, you know what I mean? Maybe you're used to like Payday 2 or Payday, well, yeah, 3, I guess, actually. You know, stuff like this where you might, there's like a Morse code thing, and sometimes it sends like waves of enemies after you that you have to deal with. This guy's got a shotgun at close range that would be deadly, but I also just really appreciate, like I said, the long range of, I guess you would say long range. The large range of gear you can collect in this game is really, really quite amazing. So that's a knife. Wow. How riveting. I'll take all this better stuff. And it's so easy to get shot at when you're doing this. I hear people shooting. So polite of these AI to just stand there behind me while I'm doing this. Yeah, you literally have to have like a teammate kind of watching you, otherwise you just get absolutely blasted. I feel like the safe stuff is just kind of terrible, but it's like it's randomized loot stuff you get, right? So, you know, it's based on your luck and everything and what kind of resources you might collect. 2 cutlasses? Wow, what kind of economic gains am I getting off of that? Then, of course, if you run out of anything, you'll have to probably, like, you know, buy it and stuff. And, like, you're in currency for selling things and gathering stuff. And, like, I definitely see, like, the potential set up in this. It's just kind of funny, though, because I'm just so used to being, like, you know, seen, like, one extraction shooter game. You've kind of, like, seen all of them. And I guess the big difference here is this one has operators.
Excellent, operator. You've completed.
So it's basically like hero type characters you come across. Which you either find interesting or not, or use those abilities or you don't. And like the matches are generously long, so you're definitely able to like come across conflict that's happening. I guess I could move to extract now. I have the I have all the items I need. Realistically. It's like a yellow safe here, and just like whether or not it'd be worth it to like try to find this thing or just kind of get out of here with my loot. 85,000. But I'm sure we could make a bit of space for you. Since that's worth so much. But yeah, you're trying to get like the rare loot. The better the loot, obviously, the better the, you know, amount of money and stuff you get in order to buy better things. I get that system, but I'm always just like, you know, what exactly do you get out of it? Inactive extraction point. I thought I activated an extraction point. Yeah, whatever. Let's go to the tower. We'll have a bit of fun with the extraction, you know, if we get attacked by guys and die. It's like, whatever. I don't really care. Because there's, like, danger areas, and then there's different difficulty tiers for how deadly every area is. As I said, they got some neat stuff going on in this one, like, as far as this stuff goes. Is this not the way through, or...? Oh, here we go. They do it to break up the lines of sight a little bit, to make it more dynamic. But, like, some of these areas are little... more, like, open countryside. And that's what I was saying, there's, like, variety of map environments is actually pretty good. Oh, wow, I'm actually getting shot. From up above? I died from a Havoc sniper. Wow, so then you lose all your stuff and it kind of sucks to suck, which I can also see why that would maybe throw some people off too. Oh, is the sniper. Alright, well, I guess that was a fail. We'll jump into another lobby. So we jumped into another extraction match here on a different level, just so you can see a little bit of the variety of the terrain. And of course I had to get a whole new suite of gear and weapons and tools, which obviously, you know, took a fair bit of currency and coin to pay that off, which it happens, I guess you would say it happens. That aside, I'm looking forward to hopefully gathering some cool stuff back in order to handle things. Like some network issues again, that's lovely. Just seems to be a thing on the PlayStation where I'm having these network issues recently. Or, well, just this game on PlayStation, I guess. Okay, so you're down, good. Yeah, it's very odd, like I've played, I guess, a fair bit of this now, I would say. Like I first checked out the Extraction on Xbox, and I'm taking a look at it on PlayStation. It definitely seems like it's quite a bit of work. Like, you actually have to be involved in this to really get stuff going, and they give you enough stuff off the bat. But if you really want to earn things and, like, be able to earn more stuff afterwards, it's, you know, a lot of work. A gas tank and some noodles. Oh wow, what am I gonna do with all that good stuff? The magic of a gas tank and some noodles. I guess I could eat them. And when you're in a battlefield, you know, like the food snack stuff is limited. I'm ready to see some gold statues over there, I gotta be honest with you. Like, at least the maps and stuff look nice. You know, the environment and stuff is good. You could kind of point out enemies when they come. I think, you know, this is cool if you're into this type of thing. It just really depends on whether or not you are super into extraction games or if you don't care at all. is kind of the biggest thing. And like, it's a well-crafted mode. It's interesting that they included that, like, this mode in this. Like, it actually is kind of unique. As I said, I've seen, you know, a good dozen or so extraction shooter games pop up recently, as if it's like the hottest thing that everybody should be getting on, and I'm just still quite confused where the alleged interest in this genre comes from. Because to me, a lot of it is just kind of like kind of a really boring, slow burn where you're just walking around aimlessly. In a battle royale, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gathering loot, but I'd mostly just be trying to kill some people. Ooh, I got some cool earrings. You know, actually, that thing that I collected, that gold thing last match, would have been worth a pretty penny. Why is a can worth like $13,000? There's also differences in pricing too, whether you like auction it or whether or not you like just kind of make it available. I definitely see what they're going for with this game though, as far as this mode. I see that the potential's there. Am I supposed to like parkour? Is that what it's wanting me to do? Is like... It looks like realistically I should be able to jump up here, right? Maybe you have to have a friend and you can like jump on their head and then, you know, get over that way. You got anything good? Who am I kidding? These generic guards, all they're good for is ammo. Let's steal the photo of this guy and his family. That's gotta be worth something on the market, right? Someone will buy this in the auction house. This is this guy's photograph. It's got his blood on it, you know, that makes it super authentic. Yeah, that little extra second it takes for the load to appear, or the loot to appear, that really could get you killed. It genuinely could be problematic. I think I hear something. I don't like to hear stuff like that in the environment. Usually means there's somebody bad nearby. Champagne, but it's like worthless. There's all these like layers where you could like fight into like certain parts of buildings or get into it with what you collect, but like all the work involved with stuff, and then you just die or have to redo the stuff of the level. Yeah, I don't know. I don't personally see what I get out of this mode by doing this, but I will give it to them. Scale-wise, it's good. Maps are well done. Lots to do in them. It's got a good amount of like weapons and tools you could fight over and equip and use, and then there's like this layered backbone to it as well. And that should keep things fresh, but like, yeah, it's really going to come down to whether or not this intrigues you or not.